Hi students, how are you? Nice to be back with you again. This is the last day of week 5, 1 week left, and I know you're working on your paper. I'm going to comment on that in a minute. Um, just a reminder though, the course ends on Saturday the 29th. That's the last day, not Sunday. So for the post for week 6, please get them to me by the end of the day Saturday. And I'll talk more about week 6 in a minute. But first of all, the topic this week on for-profit colleges. Terrific comments back and forth with each other. Good use of materials and citations. Strong opinions, but backed up. I love to see that. The question, the broad two-part discussion board question is, what do you think is the purpose for the rise of for-profit colleges? And what effect do you think it might have on, the influence of faculty on educational opportunity, degree achievement, and so forth? And for the most part, you all handled those very well. So I'm going to do a few salient shout-outs because I thought these were really quite good. I'm going to start with Britt, who mentioned that the added consequence of a for-profit degree, unfortunately, may also be a substandard education. That's epitomizes one particular viewpoint. Eileen said the business model of for-profit colleges to market and attract students is already causing a disruption with traditional higher education. And she's absolutely true, and there's many authors that mention that. Maria made a nice one-liner, a weird corporate association with higher education. Well, that's very true, Maria, and thank you for that. But the reality is even for-profit colleges have a weird association with corporate America. Just look at the scandals with big-time sports and football. And Michael gave a really good insight about a very successful for-profit college called Full Sail. It's a leader in providing excellent education, digital mostly, in the entertainment and media fields. And he knows the faculty who said they wouldn't teach anywhere else. Now, that raises a broader question of the nature of the institution, but the reality is that's a model that's very, very successful. Victoria, in a comment to Sabrina, it may seem that for-profit universities may be trying to work the system with getting more students to take classes when they're not qualified to be taking these classes. As it stands, the quality of education and credibility of institutions are questionable, and many changes need to be made. However, things look positive with the growing market, and for-profit universities are trying to rebrand and market to students who can succeed. A nice balanced approach, Victoria. Alicia, who also works for a for-profit institution. It's valuable to have people in this class who do. There is a stigma that comes with those words, and change is not something that is widely accepted in higher education. And the for-profit institutions are changing the landscape, whether the industry is ready or not. That's very, very true. By nature, most of higher education is rather conservative. Felix, he would conclude that the rapid advance is based upon the effectiveness to generate revenue from the federal government, student loans, and their ability to sell dreams to people who sometimes fail to research how to best pursue that dream. That's another opinion. Jessica Ward, it makes sense that for-profit schools saw an opportunity to cater to a market of non-traditional learners that might not be well served by traditional colleges. And many of you are aware of Paul LeBlanc at Southern New Hampshire University, who actually has done a blending here of the two while being in a nonprofit institution and doing very well. Leah and Nathan have similar comments. The for-profit model should not be lost altogether, simply enhanced. And the current, Nathan, that was Leah. Nathan, the current for-profit education market is still fledgling and promising, yet fraught with challenges and issues. All right? And finally, Samantha, in terms of faculty members are in the middle of this issue, and that really highlights the major point of this course is to look at everything from the perspective of the faculty, particularly as we move towards the final paper. So I really enjoyed your conversations. Your facility with answering the discussion board questions have greatly increased. and it's really nice to see that. Okay, now the final paper, I haven't been getting too many inquiries. I've got a couple. I resent the rubric. You know how it's going to be graded. It's 35 points, due Wednesday, and again, the last day is Saturday, so I have to read each paper twice, so and get the grades in by next Tuesday, which I will do. So please, you know, if you have questions, get them to me now. But follow the instructions, do the minimum number of pages, and so on and so forth, and back it up. And for this week, you'll know when you enter week 6, the opening, my setting and observations at week 6, you're going to say it's a light diet. It's not a heavy load, because I know all 5 weeks have been heavy, and the paper is a big part. But week 6 also has discussion board questions on curriculum, which could be a whole course in itself, and really it should be. But that's worth 6 points. So between the 35 for the paper and the 6 for the final discussion board, it's 41. So this is an important week. So please give it your best with the papers. Please, you know, do your drafts, move towards final copy, set it aside for a while, look at it again, clean it up, make it as perfect as you can. Okay. And finally, one last thing, I'm going to be sending an email, and this is customary, you know this, for encouraging you to fill out the course evaluations. I use these and definitely make adjustments to my courses based upon what you say. And although I'm not teaching this course next term, I'm moving on to teaching a course in the doctoral program on international education in the summer. It's an 8-week course. So those are my comments. I'll do a video again next week to conclude things. But again, if you want to reach me, please do so. I try to get back as soon as possible. But you're all doing well as a class. I'm enjoying being in this class with you. And again, your observations on this topic were wonderful. And there's no right or wrong on your viewpoints here. I want to point that out. The higher education landscape is changing. For-profit institutions are going to remain in some capacity. And errors have been made, big-time errors have been made to students and to the federal government within the nonprofit system. So it's an interesting dynamic that we're in right now. Okay? This is a little longer than usual, but I just wanted to make these points. But I'm signing off, and good luck on week 6.